Okay guys, I bought quite a bit of stuff, so we're just gonna go through it. First, I have these two pens. I didn't actually buy them at Michael's, though pretty much all of this was bought in, I think, two trips. But these I actually bought at Daiso. I was with some friends. They're just basic pens. They're really nothing that special, but I thought it'd be fun to play around with some different colors and line work. So I have this pink one, and then this kind of teal one. So let's get into the bag. First thing is this watercolor paper. It's nothing special. I mean, it's one of the few watercolor papers I've used that I like. And it's the bee paper. It's what I use for all of the watercolor videos that I've done so far. You're gonna see a theme. I bought a lot of paper. I really just want to try different types of paper and different sketchbooks and stuff like that. So this I bought Strathmore watercolor. Does not want to focus on it. There we go. I've never had a landscape sketchbook or watercolor book or whatever before, so I wanted to try that. I'd like to try to do some scenery because it's not something I do, but it's something I'd like to try to do. And then these are just little sketchbooks. They're like the ones that I've been working out of now. They're really nothing special. They're not fancy at all, but they're nice for traveling. See if I can open it. And quite frankly, they were just really cute. So you got this pink one, says Pantastic, and this one with just a bunch of pandas on it. The next thing, I actually bought two of them, mixed media sketchbooks. There's 30 sheets, so I figure it won't last me, I mean, it'll last me a while. But they were buy one, get one 50% off. So I thought, why not get two? Also guys, I had a lot of coupons. I did not pay full price for anything that I bought. I rarely do when it comes to art supplies because I don't have a lot of money. I'm cheap. And I would rather use a 50% off coupon, 30% off your entire purchase coupon or something. And Michael's is always putting coupons out. So I feel like it's useless to buy anything full price really. So this is gouache. I've been wanting to try gouache. I've seen a lot of people use it on YouTube. I'm still not 100% sure what it is as far as what's the difference between it and acrylic paint or anything else, but I want to play around with it. They did have Winsor & Newton gouache, which I was tempted to get because obviously it would be a higher quality, but for a pack of I think like 4 or 5 tubes, it was 60 bucks. That's where this was 10, and then I had a coupon, so I probably got it for like $7. This is bee paper sketchbook, but marker paper versus the watercolor paper that I bought earlier. And this paper just feels so nice and smooth. So I'm looking forward to trying it out and seeing how it works. Then I got a collection of Tombow markers. Did I need these? No, not at all, but I wanted them. So I got a few different colors. This is what I got. I don't think they have color names, but they're numbered. So if you want to see the numbers, maybe you can read that. Okay, I saw packs of these, 10 for like $27 or so, and I think each individual marker is close to $3 or something, but again, I had a coupon so they were less, and I don't really want to get 10. I've not used them before, I've just heard really good things, and I have seen people use them to actually draw with, like they would Copic markers, but initially I thought they were just kind of for journaling or for planners and stuff, so even if I don't use these to draw with, I will at least use them in my planner. But they don't smell like they're alcohol based. Correct me if I'm wrong, but they don't have a funny smell. Okay, the last thing I picked up, I believe it's the last thing, was a set of Copic markers. I don't frequently buy sets of Copic markers, but I did have a 50% off any one item coupon, so I decided to splurge and go for it. This was the only pack that I could find that didn't have at least one marker that I already had. Fortunately, they do have an app online, so if you guys download that, you can keep track of all of your markers, and then when you're in the store, you can make sure that the pack you're buying, it doesn't repeat a lot of your markers. I do like to buy the packs when I have coupons, but sometimes I'll just go in and buy an individual marker for 40% off, because they're expensive. They're like $8 a marker. So let's do some swatches of these guys. I guess let's swatch on this marker paper because I'm curious to see what it's like. The gouache I will get to in another video. I will probably do a first reactions to gouache video because I've never used it before. So stay tuned for that. In the meantime, let's swatch this. Take this off. I've also always wanted a sketchbook that has just a blank cover because I've never had one with a completely blank cover where I could just decorate it or draw something on the front, so maybe in the future this will have something on it. Let's start with the Tombow markers. This is $9.77. I don't know if that means anything to anybody. This paper looks... It is perforated, so if you like to rip your paper out, that's good. I don't normally use anything spiral bound, but I was curious about the paper. Okay. Again, this is the reason I think a lot of people use it for writing and stuff. I do have to say I like that it has a bullet nib, because sometimes in Copics I want to just do a line, but the tip is a little bit flimsy sometimes. I mean, you can get really thin lines, like you can do that kind of stuff, but sometimes I just want to go in and use a bullet nib. Not frequently, but every once in a while. Okay, so the cap color does not really match up to the swatches. This, I'll zoom in so you guys can see better. This, it's pretty close, right? That I thought was good. This, I was expecting more of like a sandy skin tone color, but this is kind of orange. This one I thought was pretty good. That one's fine. And this, I was expecting like a really light pink, but it's a very peachy tone, like it's almost a skin colored tone. So that didn't quite match up. I'd say if you're in your store buying these, maybe just swatch on a piece of paper. Bring one to swatch on. They actually did have one at the Michael's I was at, I just didn't swatch it. However, I did use this colorless blender. And it worked really well on the paper they had, but this, it did not really do anything, as you can see. It just shredded the paper a little. So let's swatch my Copic markers. Okay, so as you can see on these ones, they are a lot more true to the cap color. Like, I think all of them are pretty decent. This one, maybe the cap is a little orangier than the actual color. Also, you can notice that the colorless blender actually does a little something. Obviously, those don't blend together perfectly, but it did not ruin the paper. It didn't make it pill up. It's still perfectly smooth. And you can actually see it worked on the color. So I'm wondering what paper this would be good on. I'll have to try it on some other ones to see what the Tombow is good at, but I am assuming that means they are water-based. I'll have to look it up and see for sure. Lastly, I have these two random little pens. Like I said, they're really nothing that special. They're 0.28, so they're really, really thin. But, I mean, ow. Yeah, they're thin enough to stab yourself with trying to put the cap back on forcefully. So if you buy these, be careful with that. Otherwise, it's not going to focus on my thumb. Otherwise, you might stab yourself in the thumb, like I just did. I don't know if you can see that, but that little red dot, yeah, that's because I stabbed myself. Remember, guys, art supplies can be dangerous. That really did hurt, though. It felt like I'd stabbed myself with a tack. So, on that great note, I'm gonna end this video and maybe go find a band-aid. Please like this video so that my thumb will feel better and heal. Comment what you think I should paint with the gouache, because that'll probably be a video in the next week or two. And subscribe if you haven't already. Hopefully you will not ever see me stabbing myself with a pen again. But who knows? It could happen. I'll see you guys in the next video. I managed to draw this off screen, but I'm probably going to keep the other clip in just because it's slightly humorous that I stabbed myself with a pen. But I don't want to draw anymore with them because I don't want to stab myself again. So for real this time, goodbye.